All right, y'all, we are back with a Charlie Murphy video, and we are getting ready to go no prep racing. Yes, you guys heard it first. We are ready to go no prep racing. We are about to give this thing away. We got like 8 or 9 days left. Again, don't yell at me. I'm not really sure. I can't keep count. I don't even know where I am right now, but we have 8 or 9 days, and I'm giving away this 5-second muffin cap peeling machine to one of you guys at home. All you guys have to do to get entered is go to lsnasty.com, pick up some merch. We got a bunch of amazing merchandise. We got hats, we got winter caps, we got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got socks, we got face masks. Did I mention we have socks? Our socks are super comfortable. You guys really need to go down and check out our sock collection at lsnasty.com. But before I give it away, I want to have some fun with it. And they said, Ben, you heard it first, no prep race, Red Springs, our favorite local outlaw shootout track.
That's it.
It is a great track for shootouts. What would you say, like, the Red Springs is not a track that you take the black sheep to and try to go a 420.
No.
Red Springs is a good shootout, beat the guy in the other lane, grudge racing, you know, late at night, it's Friday, it's 2 a.m, I'm gonna bust your ass, nitrous, small block turbo. I mean, it's just a badass racing track.
Yeah, it's nice and flat and straight.
The track surface, when it is prepped, is generally very good. Guys go fast. It's a great, like, 470 to 5.0 small tire shootout racing class and track. I mean, they have some really good races there. And they're hosting no prep. They're running it on the track from the start line to the finish line with the tree. And I said, hey, let's bring this thing out there. On paper, not set up great for no prep.
Not really. Very
aggressive separation, very aggressive bar angle, stock front shock, so really no adjustability there. Car's been 570s at Red Springs before, on some sticky track prep, so we'll see how it does with no prep. What are we going to have to do launch strategy wise to change it up?
Probably
not 25 pounds of boost.
Not a lot.
Bring the ramp back into play.
Probably. Just depends on, this turbo's kind of funny how it works with that motor and that transmission combination. I don't know what it is. It's just, it takes a lot to get it going.
But once it's going.
It makes good power.
Yes.
So probably would, you know, just conservative, leave them out and
take some out up top too. We don't need to set the world on fire out the back.
I'd say, I mean, if you can go out there and run like a 6.0.
I was going to say 620. I said if you go out there and run 620s, I mean, that's pretty good.
That's probably pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, most people don't have a car that goes bottom sixes. You know, I'm talking to you guys at home. Yeah, I'm calling you guys out. So we did some things to get ready to go to the no prep. We did an oil change.
Yeah.
New filter.
Yeah, it's got new filter, oil change.
Fresh Rotella. Oil pressure looks spectacular.
60 pounds.
60 pounds. I mean, no complaints there. What are you holding in your hand there?
This is the transmission dipstick.
And what did it show?
About right there, where my nail is.
I think you guys probably can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can see. We're low.
It's a little low.
We're low. Do we have any regular ATF, or do we just have that Lucas? I tell you what, we're gonna put that Lucas in there. That boy's gonna tighten. Didn't we already put some in here before? Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I think we might have some.
Well, no. Remember when I put it in there last time? That's what I put in there. So I think we'll be all right putting some more in there, because it did tighten up the converter a little bit, which was probably not like the best thing, because this converter is tight for the amount of power that we are running, but it'll be all right. It works well. I mean, I'm just impressed with the car. Went 570s. I think it's a good running car here. For whoever wins it, it takes a PF48 oil filter and Shell Rotella, and you're good to go. This is one of the few race cars, I'm gonna call it a race car for the application because we're about to go racing, that I own that has a dipstick. I normally take the dipstick out of it and just put like a bolt in there, because as long as you ain't got no oil leaks and you are conscious of, you know, everything you got going on, you don't have really any like oil consumption issues. So you just put, like, if your oil pan takes 7 quarts and the motor's happy on 7 quarts, put 7 quarts in there. If you overfilled, it'll come out the catch can, so you kind of know after, you know, a couple oil changes where you're at. This one's got a transmission dipstick, so you don't have to check it from underneath the car. So fire up the car. Whenever you check your transmission fluid levels, you have to have it fired up. You have to have it running. You have to have fluid pumping. You cannot check it dry. You will get a false reading. So this is your kind of your learner's manual to whoever wins this thing. What else you got going on with this thing is it's pretty simple. It's got 2 switches and then key on power for the ignition. So well, I shouldn't say the ignition. You have the starter and you have the fans. Hear the fans going. Very badass fans. Car cools really good. You have your ignition here, so when you are putting tune-ups in the car, this is your switch for Holley. So fuel pumps and ignition, you hear that cut on. And then your boost control is right here. That turns on your dome pressure. So that's your party button right there. Got your trans brake here and your bump box there, so you can all do it with one hand and still keep one hand on the wheel. And other than that, it's got a tilt wheel, so very nice. So variations of driving positions are possible in this car. I don't have this hooked up yet. I need to get a jumper so I can still run the USB cable and the dash and have the shift light on there. And then other than that, it should be good to go. So Ben is under there. What are you putting in there? Oh, you found some. Yeah. We have a hybrid mix of ATF and yes, it's like we want the converter slightly tighter, but not that tight. Right. So it's somewhere in between tight and not too tight. So like I said before, we'll fire it back up and then we'll get a good reading. Got to make sure it's properly filled. I would say, if anything, this transmission, it is working pretty good. It was rebuilt right before I purchased the car. If anything, it needs a slight little band adjustment. You can notice it needs a band adjustment because when you grab the trans brake, it rocks a little bit. It'll rock, like you grab it and it'll just rock back. So other than that, you know, this thing's running like a top. It runs at like 180 degrees. It runs pretty cool. We hot lapped the living shit out of it when we were at Red Springs. In like 2 hours, we made like 4 passes. And on turbo car stuff, I had no fans. The turbo car, when you're running it, you really need to be conscientious. You really need to be aware. You need to be aware of your transmission temperatures. When you're on the trans brake, when you're building boost, when you're bumping in, you are creating hell on that torque converter. It's very, very important to make sure your transmission coolant levels are down as far as you can, because you don't want to go out there and it just keeps multiplying, getting hotter and hotter, and it starts working less efficient the hotter you get it. So biggest thing is, if you got a turbo car, be aware of your transmission temp. You want me to fire her up, Bo?
Yeah, go ahead.
This thing start up, Bo. Look at that. That thing is running so good. Now, it is a pain in the ass to check transmission fluid levels, because you hate it. You get the exhaust right in the face as you're checking trans fluid. It's like the perfect storm.
You want to run through the gear?
Filling up all the circuits, right?
What?
Is that why you're running through gears? Check trans fluid. Ben's getting E85 to the face. This thing's idling good. I like a car that idles a little bit higher, 1300 RPMs, because when you put it in gear, it dropped right down to 1000. A race car stuff, I like to idle it up a whole lot higher, like 1900s. When you put it in gear, it's at like 1500. One, because it has mechanical fuel pump, and 2, because you don't have to worry about getting stuck to the track. Good?
Yeah, perfect.
Hell yeah. Cut it off right there.
Yeah.
Turn the key back. Shut the fans off. So we're ready to go no prep racing.
I'm gonna pick it up and drain the overflow for the transmission.
I think the overflow is full.
Yeah.
Yes, it's...
Probably ought to drain it and make sure the little breather thing in the top of it's breathing all right.
Yep. So
Or
it can...
else your transmission with no vent.
Will be no one likes good constipated
I had
training.
one time. I took a Gatorade bottle and I ran a push lock line all the way to the back of my car, and I didn't poke holes in the top of the Gatorade lid, and it was just, my transmission had no vent, and I made a pass, and it was weird, and I felt the transmission was weird, like in the middle of the track. It kind of felt like it was floating, like it was pulling and not pulling, and I was like, that's weird. I pulled the dipstick out, and it was mounted like coming forward towards at you, and like I pulled it out, and it like threw up transmission fluid all over me.
Nice hot transmission fluid bath.
Yeah, it was awful.
Well, Oh, none of that. None of that.
Yeah.
We make sure this thing is breathing properly. But I'd say we're pretty good for going to the no prep. We're going to see how it works with that really aggressive bar angle and a lot of separation. We are on that pro bracket radial, which is like kind of half and half between like slick and radial. But I think Turbo John will be out there. He'll be out there on a W tire. So we're definitely not competitive, but we're going out there to have fun.
You could go really fast with that tire with it doing like that. Because, I mean, like,
it's pushing down on it so hard.
Pushing really hard. So as long as you can keep it inflated or like air pressure in it, it will get you off the line at least.
We'll just have to go out there and see. And I guess we'll get some good data for ourselves. Like we'll go out there, we'll start off slow, and if it likes it, we'll give it more and give it more, and we'll see how fast we can go.
Yeah.
So we're gonna test today, and then we're gonna go race tomorrow. We'll get some awesome footage. And can you believe someone else is gonna? We're gonna like strap someone else into this and be like, enjoy your pass and your first pass in this car. Like, how funny is that gonna be?
Oh, so I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I'm more excited to see someone strap in here and just be like, they're not ready for when they let go of this button.
No,
you're not. No, you're really not.
It's from couch cushion to turkey is
a big jump.
Yeah.
And people, I will say, like, after we film a lot of the fast cars, this thing looks slow. It's not slow.
No, it's not. Like, I mean,
you go 125 in the 8th mile.
Yeah, that's not really slow. I mean, it's not like most people. You can't. There's nothing you can really find out there that feels like that.
No.
I mean, some roller coasters maybe, but you'd have to travel like Japan or something to ride the world's fastest roller coaster.
I mean, this thing is. It's aggressive, it's loud, it's rowdy, it's in your face, and someone's gonna own it. So go to lsnasty.com, go get your merchandise, get entered to win. We're down to the last little bit. We're gonna do double entry all weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, double entry. We'll even do Monday. We'll do Saturday, Sunday, Monday, double entry. Get your LS Nasty merchandise. Look at this, we'd hang it up as you make a pass. Go to lsnasty.com. It is double entries Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Get entered to win. We'll see you guys there. In the back.
Oh no.
The whole way, man. Sorry.
It's all good. I'll just sit in the car.
Ben would be literally knocked out of sleep whenever we got there. Ben would just be passed out.
Hey, give it a rock. See if it's in park.
It seems like it is.
That's park. Hell yeah. Don't no prep. God, we put a new soda can on the turbo kit. I think that's what we're smelling, isn't it?
Yeah. It smells like JB Weld.
It smells like JB Weld and a bang. And you know what they say? If you ain't banging, we ain't hanging. Wouldn't end to a video. What if I get a bang sponsorship right there?
That's not why I hang out with you.